All right, y'all. So I looked at the quarterbacks and shit for the 2026 draft. I like Fernando Mendoza. I think Arch Manning better at all of them if he go pro. Um, Ty Simpson. I think he reminded me of Mark Bolger, and I forgot the other one. It's fucking Ty Simpson, Fernando, and Dante Moore. Dante Moore play like he play like Jordan. I wouldn't say Jordan Love. His stance is kind of like Shador Sanders, but his intangible on the run is kind of like Russell Wilson. But they say he taller. But if I had to stack the quarterbacks, it'd be Arch Manning if he go pro 1, then Fernando Mendoza 2, then it'd be Dante Moore 3, then it'd be Ty Simpson at 4. My thing is, I was just talking to my girl about how the Eagles don't really be bad like that. Like, we don't stack. Like, when Jalen Hurts started and when Carson got traded his last year in Philly, we only won 4 games in 2020. And I'm like, damn, the Titans pretty much doing shit like that every year. It's okay to get you some college players, reset the books, or have a down year when you're successful, a few championships, a whoop-de-whoop-de-woo, and then you get right. But to do it every year, that ain't even gonna fly. And if you do, your college players gotta be him. He can't be no I don't knows and I'm not sure. He gotta be him. When I watch Cam Ward, he got a lot of intangible. He ain't no damn Geno Smith. He's good. He got it. The Titans just gotta get him something. But the reason I brought you this video is because I'm trying to see, because scouts say, oh, he'll be quarterback 5 or 6 if he was in the next draft in the other class. Does people really believe that? I don't care what the record is. All rookies pretty much start off slow. I don't care about the Jaden Daniels and CJ Stroud trends and shit. You see what happened to them in their sophomore years. The majority of quarterbacks start off slow year one that have good careers. Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, you name it. They get brought on slow. Aaron Rodgers, they get brought on slow. Now, you might have the exceptional tools like a Peyton Manning and get some good weapons like a Marvin Harrison and a Reggie Wayne, but at the end of the day, and an Edgerrin James, but at the end of the day, everybody don't get blessed with tools like that. Hell, McNabb only had T.O. for 1 year. And got Deshaun Jackson way down his latter years. So everybody don't get blessed with a lot of top tier people to throw to. So let's see. I think Cam Ward's better than Ty Simpson. I do. Dante Moore, I think he's better than Dante Moore too. Mendoza, it all depends on what you're looking for. You looking for traditional quarterback, and if he got the right tools, then who knows? Because that could be your Justin Herbert type. He can run a little bit, but he could be a Herbert type. But the thing is, Cam Ward got an arm too. Really, I'd probably take Cam over him too. Only one I wouldn't take Cam Ward over is Arch Manning. And I'm a Miami Hurricane fan and an Eagles fan. Only one I wouldn't. Arch Manning, I'm telling y'all, bro, don't let that college mess fool y'all, bro. It's dudes in college who had 2 and 3 sacks per year, and then they pop out in the NFL and be playing like Daniil Hunter and shit. Like, y'all gotta quit doing all that college production. Like, Jalen Carter wasn't even getting real sacks in college, and his impact was still felt. He anchored our defense last season. They only had, 4, 5, 6 sacks for the regular season? And y'all, it's crazy what type of year this is, though. I was on Jalen Carter top. Like, man, this man only got 2 sacks. Bro, Dexter Lawrence got a half a sack, bro, for the whole season. Like, wow. Like, who would have ever thought that, bro? He just had 9 last year. And Josh Sweat got, like 11 for the Cardinals. Shout out to Josh Sweat. I guess Isaiah Rodgers for the Vikings must have cooled off, because I ain't been hearing nothing about him since way in the beginning of the season. Way in the beginning of the season. And one thing I don't like about what's happening with football now is these we agreed to the terms to release you That's almost kind of not fair to teams that really ain't just sitting in good standings. Because imagine you looking at just your roster that you draft, the people that you sign, the people you trade for, and the ones you develop. Then the trade deadline passed, the draft already passed, and then the money kind of slows up as the people you sign. The next you know, oh, such and such don't like his playing time. Adam Thielen wants to get released. Oh, such and such got released. Brandon Cooks. Whether they might be all of that by themselves, or maybe they might not be all that on a particular team, on the right particular team that's hot, those one or two little differences could be making the change why your team that could have probably been destined to win this particular conference championship might just lose in a close game. And I get it, that's cool, I guess, for unpredictability, but not really, bruh. It's really not right. When we grew up watching football in the late 90s and the 2000s and all that, most people, even if they didn't, you wasn't trying to help no competition. Even if your team was the worst team in the league, that player finished the season on your team. Now these old mutual respect buyout craps, like, bro, what in the world is going on? This ain't the NBA, but they low-key trying to make it like that. Now you can't even just be like, well, if we lacking that receiver, we just got to develop him and just keep practicing or hoping some cheap guy could just blend in with the guys that we got, because wouldn't nobody give up a top guy or even a mid-tier guy that can merge or have a certain trait. Next thing you know, you get a speed demon wave just because the other team ain't in contention no more. Like, it's crazy how football done became. I really don't like it. And they ain't never really hurt my team or did anything against it. Ain't like, I'm an Eagles fan, so we don't really want to see Cowboys doing too good. And it ain't never really hurt me none. I ain't never lost a Super Bowl because this waiver wire guy they got out of nowhere, or no. You can look straight into it, Spygate, refs, yada yada, but it ain't about no one guy that magically got signed to a team near the end of the season. I just think it throws the competitive balance off. That's just my opinion. You don't really see starters or even somebody who could potentially start. Even if a team got injuries and you could pencil them in, you ain't getting players that you can just make a cool impact just out of nowhere. Well, this is his last season and he wants to play for a contender. Shouldn't he thought about that before he signed with y'all? Like, I'm thinking, when I say that, I'm talking about another Miami Hurricane, Calais Campbell. Imagine him getting released and going to the Packers or something. Or even my Eagles. It's almost unfair to the other teams that just scraping by to get what they trying to do. Because like I say, the trade deadline already passed. Most people's salary cap money done drawn up. And free agency is pretty much cooked and done already. The main guys that's really worth signing are already signed. So then next thing you know, the season ain't over. 4 and 5, 6 games left. The teams don't really feel like they ain't in contention. Next thing you know, we just want to release them. Now all of a sudden, he might be the missing ingredient that turn your whole thing around. Like, think about this. How many players thought Zach Bond was just going to be a team captain, all pro, and get the contract that he got from Howie Roseman when we signed him? Nobody. Half of them didn't even know where they was going to play him at, edge or linebacker. I kept hearing Vic Fangio all through the summer in practice talk about edge and a little edge, and I'm hearing Howie Roseman on the press conference talk about special teams and a little bit of linebacker, backup linebacker. I didn't know what this boy was going to do, but every time they had the number ones and the reps, Bond was out there first. Even when he went missing for like 3 or 4 weeks, I think he had like I don't know what it was. It was something when he first got there, when he first signed. He popped right back up with the ones again because they was trying to see if Nakobe Dean was going to run with him or Devin White, I think. How many of y'all thought Ronald Darby was going to be a difference maker when we got him? Or Jay Ajayi? Like, come on, bro. But these are in-season or beginning of the season moves. You got teams that who knows if they're Adam Thielen away from being an unfair matchup or whatever. It's just kind of weird. I don't know. It's like I ain't used to it in the NFL. It's almost like an NBA buyout. Most times, like you just finish with you just finish with your team for the season. I don't know when this has started, but it's something that the NFL do now. I'm out.